So, welcome to the daily discussion. The first topic that we take up is on current status of NOTA. None of these above. None of these option was introduced. Okay, to give the option to the voters. To give the voter a chance to cast his vote in non's favor because none of the candidates is as per his choice. The article discussed NOTA, none of the above option in Indian election introduced in 2013 to ensure voter secrecy. It highlights a recent election in Indore where NOTA received a record 2,18,674 votes, the highest ever. While the winner, Shankar Lalwani of the BJP, got 12 lakhs 22,751 votes. This piece also mentioned a petition that seek to enforce legal consequences when NOTA received the most votes. Okay. Why is NOTA option introduced? Purpose of NOTA: the NOTA option was introduced to allow voters to reject all candidates, enhancing voter freedom and secrecy. It was introduced to give a chance to the voters to reject all the candidates contesting. Okay. So, purpose is to option was introduced to allow voters to reject all candidates, enhancing voters' freedom and secrecy. Legal push. So, initiated by the Supreme Court of India in September 2013, following a petition from the People's Union for Civil Liberties in 2004, which argued that the existing voting rules violated the secrecy of the voters. Supreme Court ruling: the court ruled that voter secrecy must be maintained whether a vote resides to vote or not, countering the government's position that only active voters deserve secrecy. The EVM concern: the introduction of the electronic voting machine made it apparent if a vote choose not to vote, compromising voter secrecy. Nota was seen as a solution to maintain this secrecy. So, if the voter wants, he can maintain secrecy and not and can give the option of nota in this. Fine. Okay. So, by implementing NOTA, the Supreme Court aimed to encourage political parties to nominate candidate of higher integrity, given that voter would now formally express disapproval. Okay, so what is the current status of NOTA? If NOTA receives the highest number of votes in the election, it generally has no legal consequences on the election outcome at the national level, meaning the candidate with the next higher vote wins. NOTA is invalid because the next highest that vote scoring individual is elected. Nota has no oath. Local under the State Election Commission, its state like Maharashtra, Haryana, Puducherry, Delhi, Chandigarh, the State Election Commission has passed orders treating Nota as a fictional electoral candidate. In local body election, if Nota receives more votes than any candidate, these elections are declared null, necessitating a re-election. So in some states, this is the uh, option being given. Petition for legal consequence. A petition filed in April 2024 asking for election to be declared null and void if Nota gets the majority. He argued that Nota should pressure political party to field better candidate. He also suggests that candidates pulling fewer votes than Nota should be banned from contesting election for 5 years because they are rejected by the voters. So they don't have any right. So the candidates securing this must be rejected. Okay. So Maharashtra, the petition for legal consideration, a petition filed in April 24 asking for election to be declared null and void. If Nota gets the majority, he argued that Nota should pressure political parties to field better candidates. Because the Nota option is given, political parties no doubt will field better candidates whom the electorate, the voters will not reject. He also suggests that candidate pulling fewer than votes than Nota should be banned from contesting election for the coming 5 years. Impact of so next is on exit poll. So inaccurate exit poll. The article discusses how exit poll which predict election result by wrong in predicting a big win for the BJP-led NDA in India. The incorrect predictions affected the stock market and raised concern about the accuracy and credibility of the pollsters and media. What is exit poll? Exit poll is conducted when the voters, after casting their vote, exit the booth. So some agencies specializing in the exit poll, they collect their opinion to whom they have given their vote. It is a sample, that random sample based information collection, and based on that, they that is called the exit poll. When they exit the polling booth in that period, their opinion that they, whom they have given the vote is taken into consideration, and it has its so earlier they are published instantly, but because the elections are being done in phases, so election commission has put a ban on the publication of the result of the election, that exit poll once the election is not over. That means so it can only be published after the entire election is over. But in this year, the election, uh, the projection in the exit pool and the reality is something different. That is why there is doubt has emerged on the credibility of the exit pool. Okay, so exit poll inaccurately predicted a significant majority for the BJP-led NDA in the recent election, estimating estimating around 400 seats. This overestimation influenced the financial market with the BSE Sensex initially surged by 2,507 points or 3.39% due to optimistic investor sentiment. Reality clashed with the predictions when actual election results were announced, showing a stark difference from the poll, causing the stock market to plummet by 5.74%. It was increased by 3.39% but plummeted by 7.74%. That means the investors lost a huge amount based on the uh, mistake committed by the exit poll agencies. Similar inaccuracy in exit poll have occurred in the past, such as the Lok Sabha election 2004. Okay, so and the Bihar and Chhattisgarh Assembly election 2015 and 2023 respectively, they are proven wrong. What issue do these inaccuracy highlights? The inaccuracy in exit poll highlights concerned about the sampling method used, which might not accurately represent the entire voting population. Issue potential underrepresentation of certain group in the pool suggests that significant vote segment might be overlooked, affecting the accuracy of the results. The impact of flawed exit pool extend to financial market as evidenced by a stock market surge and subsequent crash based on the initial prediction and actual outcome. These repeated discrepancies suggest a need for greater transparency and scrutiny in how pollsters conduct and polls are conducted and report their findings. What should be done? Pollsters should reevaluate their samplings methods to ensure they more accurately reflect the diverse voter population. There is a need for stricter disclosure norms concerning the funding of poll organizations to prevent potential conflicts of interest and ensure unbiased results. The repeated inaccuracy call for a thorough internal review and possibly external oversight to regain public and market trust. Governance model for a coalition, next topic, because right now the coalition government will come to power. So what should be the model of the coalition? Each the big topic of discussion, and how this is going to make the government stable or unstable is a $1 million question in India. Okay, so the article discussed the governance model that could be adopted by the new regime at the center, giving the electoral result indicating a possible return to the coalition era. It questions whether a coalition government can deliver better governance result than the previous government, which held single party majority. What economic reforms have been undertaken by the previous government? Inflation targeting monetary policy regime with RBI, insolvency and bankruptcy code, goods and service tax, real estate regulatory system, improving digital public infrastructure. But reforms are still pending. Progress on key economic reforms like rationalizing GST rates, privatizing non-strategic PSU, and reforming land, labor, and farm law was limited. Despite the passage of the four labor codes, the center did not garner support from all states. What are the supposed economic reforms under the coalition? There are lesser chances of implementing long pending economic reforms because the ruling party in election manifesto has been mostly silent on land and farm sector reforms. Given the government's significant reliance on its coalition partner for its survival, it may not ahead with the reform initiatives. There is a lack of clarity on renewing efforts to bring trade union and state on board for implementing labor law reforms. Throughout history, coalition administrations have traditionally advocated for reforms mainly in times of economic crisis. However, that is not the situation now. What should be the way forward? Government reforms, reviving institutions like the Industrial Management Pool would help break the dominance of the Indian administrative service and encourage the appointment of dominant expert and technocrats in key ministries. So, this IAS domination will be reduced to some extent and experts will be appointed in different departments to look after Okay, so the new government should form a committee with representatives from all states to develop a plan involving states in both shaping the new governance model and maintaining investment momentum could be beneficial. Cooperative federalism, a coalition structure should encourage adoption of a positive approach towards cooperative federalism and try to minimize the strain in center-state relations witnessed during the previous decade. Consensus building, there is a need to build consensus among coalition partners for initiating crucial governance reforms. A performance oriented team of ministers with political resolve and economic intent would pursue these reforms. That is what is the most important need of the hour now. Okay, then strategy for India new government to boost economic growth. Indian economy and issues relating to planning, mobilization resources, growth, development and employment. The article discusses various strategies for India's new government to boost economic growth. It also suggests keeping in mind the rapidly changing global backdrop while taking these steps. What is the current status of the global economy? Shift in economic policy, moving from globalization to protectionism, economic stimuli, reduced fiscal stimulus, and persistently high interest rate, environmental and technological impact, adverse effect on business due to stricter environmental consideration and technological disruption. What steps should be taken by the government, new government to boost economic growth, address disguised unemployment in agriculture, shift workforce to industry for service to reduce underemployment in agriculture, reduce manufacturing cost, use increased PSU market caps for strategic disinvestment to absorb subsidy in power and logistics, enhancing manufacturing competitiveness, boost consumption, implement a gold monetization scheme to bring hidden gold into the mainstream economy, thus boosting liquidity and consumer spending. Because consumer spending, if it is not increased, the economy cannot increase because the economy of a country depends upon the increased number of consumer spending. Okay, so then is reduce manufacturing, boost consumption, implement gold monetization scheme to bring hidden gold into the mainstream economy, but this has not been responded well. Develop agriculture, expand successful cooperative models like Amul to other commodity, and increase exports as seen with the Netherlands success in agri products. Promote free labor movement, include labor movement clause in free trade agreement to enhance remittances and support Indian worker abroad. Enhance skill, establish institutions like the Plumbing Institute in Odisha to supply skilled labor both domestically and internationally. Expand manufacturing through PLI scheme, production link incentive. PLI stands for production link incentive schemes. Focus on sectors like garments, automobiles, and jewelry to create job and increase export. Support service sector, develop tourism, education, and healthcare through integrated approaches and engage the diaspora as brand ambassadors. Unlock investment in infrastructure, improve judicial infrastructure and streamline land acquisition and labor law to attract more investment. Enhance judicial infrastructure, reduce case backlogs and improve the rule of law to attract more investment. Simplify doing business, implement reform in land acquisition and labor law and create special economic zones. Foster technology investment, quickly operationalize funds for future technology like artificial intelligence and pharmaceutical research. advocate for environmental compensation, pursue international compensation for India's low per capita carbon emission compared to historical contribution by other countries. Because in India, the pollution that carbon emission is much less than. Okay, so improve education and healthcare, utilize technology and public-private partnership to enhance service quality and accessibility, educate the investors, increase financial literacy to prevent poor investment choice like cryptos and Ponzi scheme, rather invest in the productive asset, promote sustainable practices, leverage green energy and push for global cooperation on environmental issues. Next is AI and digital public infrastructure. The article highlights the potential of AI to enhance India's digital public infrastructure, addressing various challenges. An event was held in Bangalore that attracted companies from the AI sector to showcase their development and to understand ongoing work in the field. Computer resources need not be centralized in large data centers but could be distributed across multiple micro data centers accessible through an interoperable protocol. Companies do not have to wait for a new AI law to be enforced. Instead, every Indian AI company can commit to follow a code of conduct that directs their innovation in this area. The most impactful idea was the potential of AI to significantly enhance the reach of digital public infrastructure (DPI). So, what are the issue with the current digital public infrastructure? The digital public infrastructure solutions are built using standardized protocols to ensure consistent and reliable services at a population scale. However, standardized solutions are not able to handle delivery diversity well. So, while they work for a lot of people, they do not adapt easily to different situations. What is the essential feature of this that DPI or the digital public infrastructure playbook? The essential feature of the digital public infrastructure playbook is the unbundling of traditional processes to build them as the digital public infrastructure solutions. This transformation is necessary to scale existing services effectively to reach a broad population. How can AI contribute to enhancing existing DPI solutions? AI can dynamically adapt to individual preferences and context. It can make public service delivery more responsive and user centric by adjusting to user engagement by modes. It can accommodate linguistic and cultural diversity. It can also improve DPI solutions by providing personalized and user friendly interfaces. For example, for Exit2, a finance company showed an AI powered personal finance app at the event. This app made in a WhatsApp bot uses the account aggregator system to study how user handle money and give them helpful advice. Its chat interface make it easy to use even for people who have limited knowledge about the finances. With the increasing integration of AI to that digital public infrastructure solution by various companies, India's digital public infrastructure has the potential to cater to diverse needs and preference of every citizen. So it has a very big scope. Next is the World Environment Day 2004. So June 25th is observed as the World Environment Day to create awareness regarding our Mother Earth. Okay, so World Environment Day is celebrated on June 5th, serving as a platform to promote awareness and conservation of the environment. The theme of the World Environment Day 2024 is land restoration, desertification, and drought resilience. About the World Environment Day, in 1972, the United Nations General Assembly designated June 5th as the World Environment Day during the Stockholm Conference on the Human Environment. The inaugural celebration took place in 1973 with the theme Only One Earth, because Earth is only one. To increase global awareness and inspire actions that protect the environment and promote sustainable practices. Each year, World Environment Day centers on a specific theme addressing a particular environmental issue. Host nation, each year a particular country or region takes a leading role in hosting major events and raising awareness for the chosen theme. The host country for World Monday 24 is the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It has taken the responsibility of the host country. And okay, so then the stromatolites, that geological structure. Recently, scientists discovered living stromatolite, which are ancient geological structures formed by algae on the Sreyabras Island, located in the northern shelf of the Red Sea in Saudi Arabia. About the stromatolites, these are layered structures formed by the activity of microorganisms, primarily the cyanobacteria, blue-green algae. They are also known as the stromatolites. Formation process, these organisms trap and bind sedimentary grain in shallow waters, creating layers upon layers until they form a mound-like structure. Appearance, stromatolites typically display thin alternating light and dark layers. These shapes can vary, being flat, rounded, or dome-shaped. Historical significance, they are ancient structure, most common during the Precambrian era over 542 million years ago. While primarily that marine, some ancient stromatolites from more than 2.5 billion years ago are found in the environments ranging from intertidal zone to freshwater lakes. Current location, today living stromatolites are rare, with are found in few salty lagoons or bays, notably in Western Australia. Shark Bay is a key location for these living marine stromatolites. Importance, fossil records, it provides critical evidence of early life on Earth with fossils dating back to 3.5 billion years. Oxygen production, the cyanobacteria in stromatolites are photosynthetic. They produce oxygen as a byproduct of their metabolism. Role in understanding the great oxygenation event and evolution of the complex life form. About 2.5 billion years ago, as stromatolites became more prevalent, they significantly increased the oxygen level in the atmosphere. This transformation was crucial as it changed the atmosphere from being rich in carbon dioxide to one rich in oxygen. The rise in atmospheric oxygen set the stage for the evolution of more complex life forms, including the development of eukaryotic cells, which are cells within a nucleus. A direct seeded rice cropping system. The Indian Council of Research has commercialized herbicide-tolerant basmati rice varieties, which they claim can control weeds in the rice crop and support the water-saving technique of direct seed rice. DSR. DSR is a modern rice cultivation method where seed are directly sown to the field, bypassing the traditional transplanting of seedling from a nursery. This method is recognized for its efficiency and sustainability, benefiting farmers, the environment, and the economy. A previous context of innovation in DSR. Historically, the northwestern plains, including Punjab and Haryana, have used DSR for growing basmati rice. The Green Revolution for favored water-intensive transplanted rice, leading to ecological challenges. Innovation of 2014 to 17 at the IRI kernel, the charge the Tar technology, which utilize climatic factors and effective herbicides like the pandemethylene to cut cost and conserve water. Okay. Then development of herbicide tolerant basmati rice. The Indian Council of Agricultural Research (ICAR) has commercialized non-genetically modified herbicide tolerant basmati rice variety. These variety are engineered with a muted ALS gene that allow for the direct application of the herbicide that in Jemithapar. Scientific research and debates studies suggest that mutual weeding at the interval 20 to 40 days after sowing in desert field leads to better yields and using that imaging therapy. ICAR supports eco-friendly practices like hand weeding over repeated herbicide use to control weeds and improve the seed yield. Challenges with the herbicide use. Imagitepar specially targets broadleaf weeds but does not affect all weed types. The evolution of herbicide resistance weeds poses a potential threat to rice production and food security. Okay, so then the Phenomena India project. Recently, the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research (CSIR) completed the first phase of the longitudinal health monitoring project, the Phenome India, and hosted a special event called the Phenome India Unboxing 1.0. About this project, description that I share health code knowledge. Phenome India CSR health code knowledge is a project launched by the CSIR on December 7, 2023. This is the first pan-India longitudinal health monitoring study that focuses on cardiometabolic diseases. Participants nearly 10,000 individuals, including CSR employee, pensioners, and their spouses from 17 states and 25 cities, are involved. Data collection. The study collects a wide range of data including clinical questionnaires, lifestyle and dietary habits, anthropometric measurements, imaging, scanning data, and extensive biochemical and molecular data. The initiative aims to create India-specific risk prediction method for cardiometabolic disease, including diabetes, liver disease, and cardiac disease. The study is critical for understanding the risk and prevalence of cardiometabolic disorders in the Indian population, which may vary from Western population due to ethnic diversity and different lifestyle patterns. CSI is leveraging this project to promote predictive, personalized, participatory, and preventive healthcare, which is customized for the unique phenotype and genetic profiles of the Indian population. Then come to the question, examine prevalent issue associated with the management of buffer stock. Buffer stock is maintained by the government for the safety of food security in future. That is for the national buffer stock, and it is maintained by the central government, the FCI, Food Corporation of India. So, stocking of food grain being implemented by the Food Corporation of India was first introduced in India in 1969 during the fourth five-year plan period. Recently, buffer stock news was in news in relation to onion, tomato, wheat, and rice. So, as to stabilize the price of state staple food at times of fluctuating supply and case of shortage through government maintained reserves. Prevalent issue as with the management of the buffer stock. Damaged stock, according to the CAG report, 1.06 lakh metric tons of food grains worth 121.93 crore were damaged due to the FCI failure to adhere to the fast in fast out principle from 2006-7 to 2011-12. Unwanted expenditure, FCI incurred additional 376 crore in unwanted expenditure the same period, indicating a lack of fiscal discipline and operational oversight. Rising operational cost, mandi fees, MSP hike, bonuses, and administrative expenses swell and Food Corporation of India economic cost of food grain management. The costs are about 40% higher than procurement price, affecting overall efficiency. Post infestation and spoilage, due to poor storage conditions, significant quantities of grains are lost to pest infections. In 2019, FCI reported a loss of around 62,000 metric ton of wheat due to pest. Quality degradation, reports from the Commission for Agricultural Cost and Prices have pointed out the nutritional quality degradation of grains is in prolonged stages, storage impacting market value and consumer health. Corruption and diversion, instances like the 2012 Bihar food grain scam revealed the vulnerability of buffer stock to diversion and corruption. Natural calamity and climate change impact like unexpected flooding have affected buffer stock quality as seen in 2018 Kerala flood which damaged store grains to a considerable extent. Way to optimize storage, prevent wastage and ensure efficient distribution. Decentralized procurement, the Santa Kumar committee suggestion to decentralize procurement operation aligned with the successful model in state like Odisha and Chhattisgarh. It would mean states with a surplus can directly contribute to the central pool, reducing transit time and storage pressure on the FCI. Involving private sector by incorporating the private entrepreneur guarantee scheme, the private entity in the stocking operation alongside the central warehousing corporation, the state warehousing corporation, storage can be optimized through better infrastructure and reduce overhead cost. Negotiable warehouse receipt system, encouraging the negotiable warehouse receipt system could allow farmers to store their produce in certified warehouses, making storage more systematic and reducing the pressure on FCI godams, thus optimizing storage capacity. Leveraging technology, implementation of the technology like the blockchain for inventory management can streamline stock levels, improve transparency, and optimize the use of available storage space, preventing overstocking and underutilization. Strategy to prevent wastage, transparent liquidation policy, an automated policy as recommended by the Santa Kumar committee to liquidate surplus stock would prevent the rotting of the grains in the godam. The excess stock can be offloaded in the open market or used for export, preventing wastage. Quality control mechanism, regular quality check, and a dynamic approach towards stock maintenance could help in early detection of the spoilage risk, allowing timely interventions and educating, reducing wastage. Improve infrastructure, upgrading storage facility with better ventilation, moisture control, and rodent proofing will significantly bring down the loss percentage that currently exists due to poor storage conditions. Robust monitoring system, the use of sensors and the Internet of Things devices for real-time monitoring can help in maintaining the quality of the storage grains by providing alerts on environmental challenges and could lead to wastage. Strategy to ensure effective distribution, efficient distribution, outsourcing last mile distribution, engaging the network of self-help groups because SSG are prominent and farmer producer organization like POs. The distribution network would ensure that food aid reaches the most remote area efficiently because they are more active in those areas and their involvement will definitely help in proper distribution and timely distribution of the food grains in the required area. Outsourcing last mile distribution, fine, direct benefit transfer. Implement the DBT system as suggested would streamline the subsidy, reduce pilferages, and ensure that the benefit reach the intended beneficiary directly and timely. Reconstructing the FCI's role, FCI's redefined role would concentrate on need-based procurement, especially from states with insufficient procurement infrastructure, such as eastern and northeastern states, thus ensuring that grains are distributed efficiently from surplus to deficit regions. Conclusion: by implementing targeted reforms and embracing technological innovation, India can transform its buffer stock management into more efficient and responsive system, ensuring food security, reducing wastage, and supporting the agricultural sector's growth and sustainability. Then come to the MCQ, which of the statement about the none uh, of the above option in election nota option is correct. It is a form of negative vote without having any electoral impact. Right? If nota receive the highest vote among all listed candidates, then the election will be declared null and void. No. Supreme Court has allowed nota as an option in election in Rajya Sabha members. No, only one is correct. So, which of the following is the theme of the World Environment Day 24? It is so in this year, so we have given the option to land restoration, desertification, and drought resilience. A. With reference to the election in India, consider the following statement. The nota options were introduced in 2013. The nota option was introduced in the election to protect the voters' secrets to vote be right. The nota received the highest number of votes in the constituency election of the constituency will be null and void. Only one is correct, that is option 2. Fine. The gold reserves are part of the India's foreign exchange reserve. The gold reserves are part of the India's foreign exchange reserve. What is the primary purpose of maintaining these gold reserves? So gold reserve is maintained to support the value of the Indian rupee in the international market. Fine. Consider the following statement. Stromatolites are layered sedimentary formations created by the growth of microbial must. Stromatolites are exclusively found in marine environments. So here only one is correct. Which of the following is the primary function of a cleaning corporation in the financial market? So facilitate incorrect, facilitating settlement of trade. So B is the right option. So the following statement with reference to the World Environment Day. United Nations Environment Program leads the global celebration of World Environment Day. That's right. The theme of the day is no, it's not. Saudi Arabia is the hosting country, right? 1 and 3 are correct. Means C is the right option. With reference to the doctrine of merger and the rule of the stare decisions, consider the following statement. The doctrine of merger applies when the High Court confirms the decision of a lower court, causing the lower court's decision to lose its separate identity and merge into the higher court's judgment. The rule of state decisions obligates court to follow the precedents set by higher courts within the same jurisdiction to ensure consistency and predictability in the law. Under the doctrine of merger, if a lower court's decision is overruled by a higher court, the original decision remains valid and enforceable. This is not. Only 1 and 2 are correct. Who has implemented the world's largest grain storage plan? The Government of India. So the FCA, the full distribution of the buffer stock. What is the primary objective of the Phenoma India project? That Phenoma India project. Phenoma India project is launched by the CSIR. Okay, that's by the CSIR. Okay, so it was to create India specific risk prediction, to create so it is here. So to map the genetic diversity, no. To create a repository of the traditional Indian medicine, no. To develop advanced agricultural technology tailored to the Indian needs, no. So its objective is purpose. Okay. The objective is to initiate and to create India specific prediction models for cardiometabolic diseases, including diabetes, liver disease, and the cardiac disease. Okay. So this all the three are incorrect. So answer will be D. Thank you for watching this. Keep on watching regularly. Thank you.